Alright. Greetings to each and every living being watching this video. I like Rearz Safari. You might ask what Ruby Rearz has to do with this. I mean, little to nothing. I'm, of course, a fan myself too, and especially when diaper/nappies, I could still like Ruby Roo, and of course, cuddle this as well as this one here. And not to mention pastime for healing. Because lately on why I've been buying Rearz adult nappies is because of this. The reason why I buy Rearz adult diapers is because, I like how absorbent they are, because they're so thick, as opposed to a first quality diaper here. I mean, I'll wear it though. However, I use these, to draw numbers on them. To draw numbers on them is because, I admit it, I watched Sesame Street in the 1990s, and it was fun watching the kids float around in inner tubes, as well as watching the Cookie Monster in the submarine, and watching the kids draw numbers, and eventually the numbers float into the air. And then from there, the count draws the circle. But anyway, why I like Rearz adult diapers/nappies, as you can see here, is because they're maximum absorbency. And yes, lately, I've been incontinent. Because, I think there's just something going on in my town. I do not have the coronavirus. However, I'll tell you this. I think it's because of the pollen or whatever I'm breathing in the air, because of the fact that I live adjacent to a national forest. That there must be something from the forest that's causing me to get it. As well as the fact that, I'm getting older, and not to mention, I think that's one reason why I've become incontinent, is because, like I said, I'm getting older. But I'm doing everything I can to reverse aging effects as much as I can. And, I've been losing some of my continence, even though I'm in my 20s. And, of course, Rearz Safari diapers here, as well as other Rearz diapers, have come to my rescue so far. I mean, that they've helped in sustaining the waste. Especially if I've been waking up in the morning, especially lately during the time I made this video. I did notice that I had an accident, at least a little one. Few of which, were big. In fact, enough to, of course, make my athletic shorts really dirty. However, I'm also choosing to purify my body as much as possible at this point, because, it's good to do. And oftentimes during that purification process, I go incontinent. So another real reason why I bought Rearz Safari diapers here is because of the fact that I'm purifying my body, and in that process, I go incontinent. Once again, friends, family, acquaintances of mine, please forgive me for making this video, because I think that's just how my body is, So I just go incontinent, whenever I'm, purifying my body. Or actually, in some cases, if I unknowingly eat processed coconuts. I think that's what's been going on lately, as well as that I've been eating processed coconuts. I mean, I didn't get shortness of breath, but I definitely had eaten processed coconuts, not knowing that processed coconuts were in the food. So that's what happened. And also, if I don't make these videos, who else will? And as of right now, I'm going to put this aside. And also, here's proof I love Rearz diapers, especially adult diapers. Now I only have, a third of what's left in there, so this leaves me on just 4 diapers, it seems as though. Yeah. Heck yeah. Love this brand of diapers so much. Now, one thing I describe Rearz as, is, Rearz, they act like they're what goes on an aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier is a large ship that brings aircraft/planes out to sea to go fight sea. Like if this was one, for example, here. Yes, here. And of course you have your airplanes coming in and off here. Like when it's time to come into land, here's where oh, we got a comment here. Is Safari your favorite, or do you have another favorite? Actually, I do have another favorite, I actually like dinosaurs as well as little squirts, barnyard, and yeah, I like little monsters as well. I just like each and every printed Rearz. Anyway, back to the aircraft carrier analogy I was talking about. Or metaphorically speaking, aircraft carrier or whatever. Like, let's pretend that this is an aircraft carrier here. And we just got back from a mission. Especially because I fly the F-14 Tomcat and FSX. And wanting to go to Telluride. That's why I bring this up. So if my hand here was the aircraft/airplane coming into the land. I land on the deck, and of course I have my arrestor hooked down. The Rearz Safari, and of course, the Rearz adult diaper, acts like the barrier net, trapping my aircraft/airplane before it goes off the deck. Now, a Rearz, actually a first quality diaper here, does the same thing, it's more like, it stops the waste, from going out. Like, in other words, like if this was my aircraft/airplane here and I come in for a landing, it's more like it falls off the deck, but it doesn't go all the way into the water. Because if it fell off the deck like this, then pee and poop would have been all over the place. So let's pretend that this is my aircraft/airplane and I'm coming in for a landing. And let's say the landing phase is when I poop in the diaper/nappy. And or in some cases pee in it because, I have a way not to pee in diapers. It's just skill and talent. So what we have here is this. We're coming in for a landing. I'm going to the bathroom in the diaper/nappies. Or I'm using my diaper/nappy as the latrine. So I'm coming in for a landing, and then from there, and once I'm done, using the diaper/nappy, or when I'm done dirtying it, no waste comes out. But in the case of a first quality diaper like this one here, I, of course, land on the deck, as you can see here, and goes off to the side. Or in some cases, like when the water's really rough doing this and I'm coming in for a landing, sometimes the waste, just comes out a little bit. And just imagine my plane going just like that. However, that's fixable because I have this thing called wipes. And, of course, I have plenty of clothes. Don't worry. I mean, even though my family, is rich, and, of course, in this case, I have a job. Yes, because I have a job, even though it pays well. And, of course, it doesn't pay really much. I chose to make the choice and buy these. So once again, why Love Rearz Safari is actually down to the reason, why, of course, you land on an aircraft carrier. And for the reason, why the barrier nets come up. As you might have seen from the movie The Concorde, Airport 79 as well. Like when the Concorde came in to land at Paris Charles de Gaulle Internet, tried to stop the Concorde. Which it did, but it was the last barrier net to do so. Like if there's some type of other aircraft carrier landing, like you might have seen it in the bridges at Toko-Ri, an old movie. But what happens here is that this takes place, you know. Sometimes, you know, when the water's like really rough, the barrier nets would have to come up. Or if I'm like purifying my body, at least the inside of it, and I'm incontinent, and of course the sea is the airplane, and it does not go off the deck. Really. And so, once again, if I'm wearing the first quality diaper and I'm coming in for a landing, some cases it's this, but very rarely it's this. Now, of course, we're coming in for a landing, or in some cases like this. And the rough landing, as far as I know, is just that there's all kinds of stuff going on in my tummy. And this is what Rearz Safari does, is that usually, if it's rough, it does this. It acts as an arrestor for my aircraft/airplane. Now, my arrestor hook is down at all times if I'm going to the Latrine. And, of course, if, you know, I'm coming in to land like this, the first quality diaper, you know, it's usually just does. Well, that's no problem. So, first quality on the other hand, let me go get its pack. Yes. This is a small carrier, though. But this is what I mean by first quality. I'm going to land like this, and just like that. Oh, it's really small. Coming in to land on the carrier here. I have this, and landing. So anyhow, I'm sure you get what I mean by that. Well, and if not, please let me know in the comment box below, and I'll remake another video. So, well, to sum up here, you know, this is what happens. If I'm wearing a Rearz, any brand of diaper here, you know, like especially when it's like really rough for the aircraft carrier, they come to land like this. And Rearz, as you can tell, it does not make the aircraft/airplane slide off the deck like that, as with any other aircraft carriers. And of course, when I'm using the diaper/nappy as a latrine, the barrier nets come up. Now, first quality, on the other hand, similar, but I'm using a Safari case of Rearz this time because, you know, as you might have noticed, you know, with the first quality pack, as you can tell here, that's a small, as you can tell. Yeah, really, you know, that's a small space seal for an aircraft carrier. They started off really small. However, as aircraft carriers evolved, they're bigger now. Now, I've been on the deck of an aircraft carrier in New York City, which is now a museum. That's all I have for now. We will see you. You know, you can do this as well. Especially, you know, when I made this video and my 26th birthday is coming up. Please feel free to, you know, don't just buy it without me knowing. I mean, just leave me a note saying that you bought a diaper/nappy for me. I mean, I usually will believe you. I mean, I'll believe you because you said it. Just please leave a note saying that you bought me a diaper/nappy. Like, if you go to my wish list and, of course, you choose to buy it for me, you know, do this. Or at any time, really, you know, not just for my upcoming birthday, which is in 9 days from now, from the time being I made this video. Just please, you know, leave a note saying that you did so, because if I see a package addressed to me and it's just solid brown or whatever, you know, I'm not going to know what's in there. And of course, I want to hide what's in there from my other family members, of course, as well as certain other friends and acquaintances. Well, Well, also, like I said, please subscribe as well. Please like and subscribe, comment, and or send me messages as well, especially on what I can do better. Any requests or what I can do better, please let me know in the comment box below. However, I won't fulfill every request, due to the fact that the nudity policy is out there. That's alive. Well, that's all I have for now. We'll see you all around. Think of it as an aircraft.